Okay, we're back. We are just going to do example D because it has a different transformation than we have seen. In example D, we have g of x equals the log base 4 of x plus 5. So my base is 4. My transformation is happening inside of my function, which actually is my h value, and I am moving left 5. So finally, we have a horizontal translation which affects our asymptote. Our asymptote started at x equals 0. We're moving left 5, so it's now at x equals negative 5. Okay. Not only did our asymptote move, but because it moved, we have to think about what x values would make sense to put in if we have a base of 4. In the ones before, I just started with 1 because that would result in me taking the log of 1, okay, which is easy to do. But the thing about letter D, if I put a 1 in for x, if I put 1 there, I would actually be taking the log base 4 of 6, which is not something we can do on our head. So kind of the goal is pick an x value that would result in taking the log of 1. So I'm going to take some x value and add 5 to it. What number could I put in there when added to 5 gives me 1? Well, that would be negative 4. So if I decided to plug in negative 4, that is going to be the log base 4 of negative 4 plus 5. And so do you see how that ends up giving us the log base 4 of 1, which is 0. So that's the point negative 4, 0. I also want to give you a little hint. Usually, well, most times, always times, that point you want to start with is always 1 unit to the right of your asymptote. Okay, so let's try another number. Remember our base is 4. The first power of 4 is 4. So what would we put in for x so that when we add that to 5, we would get 4? Well, that would be negative 1. So g of negative 1 would be log base 4 of negative 1 plus 5. Negative 1 plus 5 is 4. So that's the log base 4 of 4, which is 1. So I put in negative 1 and I got out positive 1. So that's another one. So this has, this is base 4, so it's kind of stretched out. It doesn't grow very quickly. We'll draw it down and over. Okay, so there's our graph. Finally, we have more changes. Because our asymptote is at x equals negative 5, our domain has shifted also. Our domain is x values greater than now negative 5. Our range is still going to be the same. Negative infinity is less than y, which is less than positive infinity. Our end behavior is going to look a little different. Now, instead of as x approaches 0 from the right, we're going to put as x approaches negative 5 from the right, because that's where our asymptote is. As we are approaching negative 5, as we're going this way, our y values are going down to negative infinity. And as we are approaching positive infinity, as we're going this way, our y values are approaching infinity as well. Okie dokie, guys. We are going to do more fun graphing in class. Have a great night.